Stillness podcast.
All right. It's just like, oh, goodness gracious. So, happy Friday, everybody. Yes, welcome, listeners. And now, in today's podcast, welcome to Emma's Universe podcast. So, in today's podcast, what are we gonna do? We are going to be talking about something pretty cool, actually. And we're going to be talking about fast, beautiful, ever-spinning world. We often forget, yes, what it means to be still. So in today's episode, we're going to be talking about the power of stillness in a chaotic world. Let's get started. I want to pause for a moment. Breathe. And simply breathe. Yes, simply breathe. Inhale deeply. And exhale slowly. Feel the weight of this moment. The world hasn't stopped, but you have. We have. That is the power of stillness, actually. So we live in a culture that glorifies busyness, speed. We measure worth by output and success by how full our calendars look. Silence feels strange. Pauses feel unproductive. But stillness, true intentional stillness, is not absence, it's presence. It's the space where the noise falls away and your soul finally has room to speak. Yay! So what's the nature of chaos? Everywhere we turn, there's motion, notification, buzzing, healing, screaming, expectation, pressing. We are constantly connected but rarely present. The chaos around us has become the reason we move to. We wake up scrolling, we multitask through meals, we fill every quiet gap with sounds. But have you ever noticed how in nature stillness is never wasted? The seed rests before it grows. The tide pauses before it shifts. Even the sun takes time to set before it rises again, which is true. If you're looking at the sunset or sunrise, it takes time. It doesn't pop right away. The first thing you see is the light. And I especially here what I'm thinking about when I do the word of the day. And I have moments where you don't see the sun at all. You just see the cloud. You see the light coming. But its majestic will show only its due time. So, have you, and I'm losing my track here, right there, that's awesome. So the chaos around us has become the reason we move to. This is what we're being used to. We wake up scrolling and everything we're doing. But have you ever noticed how in nature stillness is never wasted? The seed rests before it grows. The tide pauses before it shifts. Even the sun takes time to set before it rises again. It's majestic. Chaos. Chaos is loud, but stillness is steady. And in the stillness lies wisdom. There is a story I love of a traveler lost in deserts. Panicking, they run in every direction, desperate to find the way out. Eventually, exhausted, they collapse. And at that moment of surrender, they notice something. The faint outline of distant mountain, visible only when the dust finally settles. That's what happened in our lives, actually, too. And we stop running when we allow the dust of our thoughts to settle. We begin to see again. How often have we cloud everything, freaked out on an email, and that happened to me a few times, actually, or a letter, or somebody sending us something that triggers us, and here we go. We're in and out of our body like a bunch of yo-yos. And then you settle, you reread the email, look at the text again, and we realize, oh, that wasn't as what I thought it was. Now I'm done panicking and in fears. I can see clearly. Rediscovering the gift of stillness. Stillness isn't about doing nothing. It's not. It's about being everything. Aware, alive, awake. That's what it is. Think of a lake on a calm morning. When the surface is still, it reflects everything with clarity. The sky, the trees, the light. But when the water is disturbed, even the most beautiful reflection becomes distorted. Our minds are not different. This is exactly the same thing. When we slow down, when we sit quietly, we begin to see truth clearly again. Stillness reveals what chaos conceals. It shows us where we've been forcing, where we've been fearful, where we've been drifting. It's in the silence that we remember what actually matters. It is true. It is so true if you think about it. It shows us where we've been forcing, where we've been fearful, because if you think about forcing, how many times have we forced things to happen and all of a sudden we give up and the door opened and it wasn't the right direction, it was just the one next to that door we tried to open over and over. When we really ground ourselves and let the silence that we remember what matters the most, we need to let the silence come in. So many of our life answers are waiting for us, not in the noise, but in a pause between thoughts. That is where intuition lives. This is where creativity breathes as well. And sometimes the greatest clarity comes not when we chase it, but when we sit still long enough to let it find us. That was Einstein who said his biggest regret is not have played more than work. He said, I would have played more. That was his biggest regret. And I'm remembering when I was working on problems and to resolve it, I learned to let it go. Let it go, let it flow. And I will be doing yoga or in the middle of the night. That happens a few times in the middle of the night too. I never share that. But 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, you wake up and like, I got a solution, and you will go straight to your computer and it's like, I'm finishing the problem. I resolved the problem. This is what happens when you're in stillness, in quietness. Because the transformation that stillness brings, stillness has a quiet way of rearranging us, actually. It softens what's rigid, it heals what's unseen, and it brings our scattered energy back home. This is what it does. Stillness is transformative, actually. And it's so true that everything we scattered in the world, all of our energies, we can bring it back when we are in stillness. When we embrace stillness, we begin to notice things we've been ignoring, our emotions, our fatigue, our longing. But that noticing is sacred. It's how healing begins. That's the paradox here. When we stop pushing, we stop flowing. When we stop searching, we stop seeing. It is true. When you stop pushing, you stop to flow. You stop to think things shifting. Things come to you. Stillness doesn't slow our progress. It strengthens our foundation, which is true. It will always strengthen our foundation. And it's the pause between heartbeats that keeps life in rhythm. It's the quiet between words that gives meaning to language. It's the space between inhale and exhale that keeps us alive. So the next time life feels too loud, too full, too fast, step back, close your eyes, breathe. That's what it is, breathe. You don't need to fix the chaos. You only need to stop feeding it. Stillness will take care of the rest, and it is so true. And I explained on the previous podcast about the fear, talking about the fear, talking about what we're being bombarded. When you start to unplug from that hamster wheels that everybody tried to put us in, then you bring stillness in your life. You're becoming whole. You are not in that state of distraction. So let's talk about practice that you can do and use for stillness. Morning silences. Again, those are easy things to do because when you wake up, spend the first 5 minutes of waking in silence. You don't have to use your phone, no words. Just be present, just awakening, just feeling how your body feels. Maybe you need a little stretch, maybe you need to go potty too. Whatever you need, but be present. You don't have to rush, you don't have to run. So we're good with that. Breathe awareness. When anxiety arises, anchor your attention to one slow breath at a time. That's the key. One slow breath at a time. It grounds you. This is what you need. You need to be grounded. Oh, goodness, can I find my words right now? Digital Sabbath. Oh my goodness. Vacation from digitals. Set aside 1 hour a day where no technology interrupts you. And you can do it at home with your family, actually. This is the time where you want to go and eat together for dinner. Then everybody put their phone in that basket. Nobody is touching it for 1 hour. Put a timer if it's necessary. Spend time without it. That will help you to disconnect. Nature grounding. Love my nature. So you can sit under a tree, by water, or in sunlight, or just walk around. That is very useful to keep ourselves grounded. Reflecting journaling. So the reflective journaling is just write without agenda. Just share your thoughts. Let your stillness speak through ink. That's what you do. Again, it's nothing forced. It may be the first time you're trying it. It doesn't work right away. You have nothing. It's okay. Go back the next day and do the same thing over and over and over. And as you're doing it, you're going to start to open up. Stillness isn't something you have to find. Not at all. It's something that's always there, beneath the noise, waiting for you to return. This is what it is. The return. That's what it is. So I know today is a very short one. I know it's like Friday. It's like, how dare you, Emma? How dare you? But it's always great when you're looking at the stillness. It's always great when you continue to work on that because it's all about you. It's all about your own self. And it's so interesting to be able to cultivate your stillness. And again, it's not a race. It's not all of this, hippie stuff, quote unquote, like, ooh, it's trendy, not hippie, but it's trendy stuff. I'm going to do that. It's about working on yourself. It's about you. It's nobody else's. It's not the neighbor. It's just you. So what I would say, I invite you into a moment of quiet presence, and it feels comfortable. And again, if you're driving or operating heavy equipment, please don't do that. Do it later on. So close your eyes, take a deep breath, gentle breath. Inhale peace. Exhale, release negativity. Let your body soften, your mind quiet, your heart open. Feel the weight of the day lifted, if only slightly. Stillness is your sanctuary. No matter how chaotic the world becomes, you can always return here, to this quiet, grounded space within you, because in the end, stillness isn't the absence of life. It's the soul of it. And when you leave from that still center, everything around you begins to move in harmony. So take this stillness with you into your day. into your choices, in your conversation, your pauses. Let it guide you gently, patiently, powerfully. Yes, let it be. Until next time, may you find peace, not in the absence of chaos, but in the presence of stillness within it. And it's all about you. It's all about centering yourself. It's not a competition. It has nothing with anything else than being who you truly are at any given time. You need to understand that. Everything I talk about, actually, it's about your own self. It has nothing to do with anything else. That doesn't matter. It's about your own evolution. It's about everything that has and will become and is part of you. We're here to find ourselves. We're here to continue to be whole and present. We need to learn how to move energy, create the magic that is our life. But we need to continue to, I'm going to say the word evolve, even though evolve is not, well, evolve at some level, which is correct, but it's being our own self, being that. So think about you, where you are in your life, where you would like to be, and embrace the magic within. All my love, guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye now.
Universe,